What's going on, guys? Psycho Killer here, and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to finally do another Q&A. I've got enough questions that I can answer your questions and you guys can get to know me and... Fuck. I still haven't figured out how I'm going to get to know you guys better. Other than you guys coming in and watching my videos and commenting on them and holding conversations with me there and, you know, coming into my live streams and clicking the like button and holding good conversations there with me as well. Anyways, without wasting any more time, let's actually get into the Q&A.
I'm a OG boy.
Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my
G boy.
Know that they ride or die. I keep boys.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Our first question comes from I'm a Bot. I'm a Bot asks, what is the most money you have had in GTA and Red Dead Redemption? Well, in Grand Theft Auto Online, the most amount of money I think I've ever had was prior to the Cayo Perico DLC drop. I had probably close to $70 million. As far as Red Dead Online goes, I think the most amount of money I've ever had is like $12,000, and whatever my current gold number is, 100 and something gold bars. I think that's the most I've ever had. Tony Gamers asks, what are you wanting the most out of the new DLC coming out, and what are your expectations for it? Well, you see, Tony, I'm pretty sure we're going to get some tuners, probably 10 new cars, maybe a new property in which we can modify these cars, and maybe even a car meet location where people can't grief us in. That's what I get for being late on my Q&As. Best Gaming asks, what do you think is the best way to make money right now? Well, if you're talking about in Grand Theft Auto Online, I would say that the best way to make money, although the most boring way to make money, is the Cayo Perico heist. You can do them back to back to back to back with only 5-minute cooldowns. You can do them on hard, and you can complete the elite challenge on them, and you can get upwards to almost $2 million depending on what your primary target is, as long as you have 2 stacks of cocoa. As far as Red Dead Redemption goes, grinding money, plain and simple, the collector's roll is the best way to grind money. You can make the most amount of money that way. Couple that with your businesses, like your moonshine and your trader roll, and you got a pretty good trifecta of cash rolling in. Our next question comes from Miss Kiwi Gaming. Sorry, Miss Kiwi. How much do you weigh? Well, the last time I got on a scale, I was 190 pounds, which puts me about 100 pounds higher than the joking assumption that I made a few weeks ago. I had to put that one in there. I told her I was going to. That mullet guy says, ass or tits. What that beard do? No, but for real, what's the hardest thing about doing YouTube for you? Mine is keeping up with chat while live streaming. That is definitely my hardest one. While trying to play the game and keep up with chat at the same time, especially when it gets busy, anything over 25 viewers at a time, all chatting, it gets so confusing sometimes. I forget where I'm at. If I get really deep into the game, and then I have to go back and read chat, try to figure out where I was at, and also not sound like just a metronome making noises back and forth while reading the chat off, and actually engage with the chat that I missed when I go back and read it. Those are all very hard things. Beyond that, I think another bad habit I have is I will refresh my page every hour or so and keep checking on how many views I got. I spend too much time worrying about how many views I got when it doesn't really matter that much. And my biggest concern with that is I just want to reach as many people as I can, you know. The next question also comes from I'm a Bot. How long can you juggle 3 balls? I can't, bro. I can't. I can juggle 1 ball. That's about all I got, bro. The next question comes from Hawaii's Mercenary. What is your opinion on Rockstar's microtransactions? I think, from a business standpoint, the microtransactions are an amazing thing. It brings some money in for people that don't want to actually spend time to earn the money in the game, the gold bars and the cash in GTA Online. So from a business standpoint, it's a great idea. From a gamer standpoint and a content creator standpoint, the shit sucks. I mean, let's be completely honest right now. The only reason that we do not yet have Grand Theft Auto 6, almost 10 years after the release of Grand Theft Auto 5, is because we keep spending money on shark cards. And by we, I mean not me. I mean everybody that is doing it. The casual player wants to buy something new and they don't have time to grind it out, or people are just sometimes too lazy and don't want to grind it out, or the grinding sucks. So they spend money on the microtransactions with the shark cards or the gold bars in Red Dead. And it keeps the game alive as far as Rockstar is concerned, because they're still making money off the game. And like I said in my Thursday update video for Grand Theft Auto Online, Rockstar is going to keep milking this cow until her tits are dry. So, I mean, that's my personal opinion. It sucks because people will keep spending the money on the microtransactions, and it just puts the next game out even further, whether it be Red Dead Redemption 3 or Grand Theft Auto 6. Neither one of which are, as far as we know, really in the making, because we don't have any solid news from anybody that's actually trustworthy. Our next question comes from Dark Shadow Rain. What made you start YouTube? So, I've always been a big fan of Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption games. So of course, when COVID hit, I was already playing Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption. I started playing even more. And I had came back to Grand Theft Auto after a long time, so I started wanting to figure things out, try to figure out what was coming next. And I was watching YouTubers like Mr. Boss for the Win or Hazard Gaming. We both know these guys are clickbaiters. And then I stumbled across this guy named JK Gamers. And JK Gamers' whole spiel is to stop clickbait. We don't clickbait. We speculate, but we don't produce speculation as news. And at this point, I had played with the game so much, I've been dissecting video games since I was a child, that I felt like I knew quite a bit. Which I knew I still had a lot to learn as well, but I knew quite a bit. And a lot of my friends were asking me, how do you do this? How do you do that? Well, why don't I make a YouTube channel? I made a YouTube channel. I modeled myself after JK Gamers for the most part, and more recently I've adapted some of that mullet guy and Rufus the Red and a lot of other YouTubers that we all have come to know and love in this community. And I've kind of made it my own. So, I mean, I guess I started YouTube because I had information that I wanted to share, and I produced my style of content creation based off of the people that I love in this community, like the before listed JK Gamers and that mullet guy. And huge shout out to that mullet guy, man. I wouldn't be where I'm at right now if it weren't for him. He is amazing. He's helped me a lot, and he shouts me out all the time for no reason other than to share my content. I appreciate that, my guy. The final question comes from Hawaii's Mercenary. What do you think is the cause of expensive vehicles and things in Grand Theft Auto Online? Well, that's easy. That's a really easy one. That's probably the easiest question of the whole Q&A, but also a really good one. Rockstar's raising the prices of the game so that they can make more money off their shark cards. As time goes on, the games get dull, and people stop playing it as much. So they're not spending the money on the shark cards. So they drop decent stuff that costs money, stuff behind paywalls, and they raise the prices of it. That way we can buy shark cards and gold bars, so they make more money and can continue to milk this cow until her tits are all dried up. Wow, that got a little bit out of hand. Anyways, my guys, down in the comments below, if you want a chance for your question to be featured in the next Q&A video, comment on the pinned comment with a Q&A question. I'll be glad to answer it, so you guys can get to know me better. But again, the only way I can get to know you is if you come into my streams and chat with me or comment on my videos. And don't forget to drop a like. If you guys are new around here, consider subscribing with your post notifications turned on and all that regular spiel stuff that YouTube content creators are supposed to put in right here. Call to action and a reason for doing it. Anyways, as always, I will see you on the flip side.
I'm a OG boy.
Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side.
Boy.
Know that they ride or die. I keep boys.